Hello, welcome. Welcome, seniors. I'm doing this little Zoom shoot today for you guys. So we're going to start where we always do. We're going to come down to the mat, come down to Shavasana. If you do have a little pillow, that would be wonderful, just to rest your head. So let's come down here and bring ourselves to this restful place. Either closing the eyes or softening them. Allowing the palms to be up. Allowing prana and fresh life to enter through the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet and the crown of the head. We simply bring ourselves to the rise and fall of our breath, the inhalation and the exhalation. Taking a minute to just notice if the body is straight. Noticing the in and the out of your breath. As we inhale blessings. And as we exhale gratitude. So one of the ideas that we do have in yoga is the idea of surrender. And that niyama of Ishvara Pranidhana, we talk about this surrender to something perhaps greater than ourselves. But we must also surrender the ego, the I amness. We work to move away from all of the labels that we have taken on over our lifetime. Surrender doesn't mean giving up at all. It just means letting go of that which no longer serves us well. With each exhalation, allow the back of the body to rest into the mat. With each exhalation, a little more letting go. We move away from the thoughts as we just rest in this present moment, surrendering. Now let's do our yogic breath. So we'll begin now by inhaling into the belly and then the rib cage and all the way up to the top and pausing for a second or two. And then releasing the chest and the ribs and the belly. Again, inhaling the belly. Inhaling into the ribs, all the way up to the top, pausing. Let go of the chest, let go of the ribs, let go of the abdomen and pause. Again, fill the belly, expand the ribs, all the way to the collarbone, pause. Let go of the chest, let go of the ribs. Let go of the belly. Pause. And just return to the rhythm of your breath. And now let's take the arms long by the ears, palms facing each other, stretching the fingertips away as you push your heels away, just like you were on a big stretching board being stretched from one end and then the other. Take a few breaths. Although you're compromised in that lung area here, in this position, we attempt to breathe big. And then let your arms drift down by your sides. And then bring your feet up to the floor one at a time. And do a little pelvic tilt. And release. And then wag the knees a little side to side, just putting a little pressure on the buttocks muscles as you do that. On the glutes. And then coming back to the middle, do another pelvic tilt, pressing that lower back into the floor. And then releasing it, and again, wagging the knees a little side to side. Come back to the center. Extend your left arm and your left leg and stretch that side. And point the left foot for a moment. And then bring the toes back up and bring the foot back up and the arm down. And then extend your right arm and foot, stretching. And then point that right foot for a second there. And then bring the toes back up, the foot back up and the arm down. And now press down with your lower back and your feet and let your legs drop to the right. And let your head turn a bit to the left and take a breath. Come back up to center. Press down with the feet and the lower back and let the legs drop left and let the head move right. Letting that head move right. And then bring the legs and the head back up to center and stretch your arms and legs nice and long. Reaching and stretching through the sides of the waist. Feeling this real lengthening in the body. And then exhale your arms down by your sides. And if you do have a pillow, you can take it out now. I'm not going to because of a recent neck injury, so I'm nursing that a bit. Bring your feet up to the floor one at a time. Bring your knees up. Let them be hip distance apart with your fingers pointing to your feet. Inhale and let the legs drop forward. Stretch your shoulders. Exhale back. Pull them in. Inhale forward. Exhale back, pulling them in, stretching that lower back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Let them come forward and just make a little rotation with them. Keeping your feet and knees hip distance, and we do try to keep them as aligned as possible. And going back the other way. And back around to the middle. Bring your feet to the floor one at a time. Cross your left leg over the right. Make sure your hip and knee are straight here. So don't let your leg be over here somewhere. Make sure it's here. Bring the hands to the knees, and if you can't, you can always hold one hand behind the thigh or both if you have to. Whatever will bring you to this place. And then just move that configuration slightly to the left and stretch that other hip. Come back to the middle. Bring the left foot down. Move this ankle further up your thigh, a little bit further, wherever you can. Knee people, you may not be able to do that. Whatever, just never bringing pain with your movements. And then again, drawing your hands to wherever you can, bring that up. And you may notice that there's you're hitting a slightly smaller area in the back. Sometimes we just move things a little bit to create a difference, a different feeling. Bring the left foot down and uncross the legs. Do a little pelvic tilt and release that. Cross the left leg across the, bring the left leg across the right leg, and bring your hands and draw that configuration to your chest. And then move your whole thing to the right, hip and knee in a straight line, and draw that up. And just allow that little opening for a moment. And then move the legs to the left a little. And then bring that back to center. Bring the right leg down and move the left ankle up a little further. And then draw that back up towards yourself again, towards your chest, and just taking a breath. Bring the right foot down and uncross the legs. Stretch your arms and legs long. Point the feet for a minute. And then bring the feet up and spread your toes and fingers wide. And then make a loose fist with all of them. And then spread them wide. And then make a loose fist with all the fingers and toes. And then spread them wide again. And now release your arms behind you. Let them be soft. And take your legs and walk them over to the left. And cross your right leg over your left. Let your toes be upwards and centered. And then take a hold of your left wrist with your right hand and move the top of your body over to the left. And just forming a little crescent shape on the floor. Keeping flexibility in the body as we age. Bring yourself back to center, uncrossing the feet. And then move your feet over to the right as much as they'll go without moving your torso. And then cross the left foot over the right. And take a hold of behind you, your right wrist with your left hand, and move the body to the right. And just notice that really nice stretch through the sides. And then uncross the feet. Now draw your right leg in, your right knee in towards your chest as you lengthen that left one along the floor. Now some people can't bring that left leg all the way to the floor. That's okay, don't worry about that. Just see what you can do to draw this right one in. You should feel a really nice stretch as you hold this in. And then going behind your knee, interlacing behind your thigh, extend that leg up. Let your arms be long, but your shoulders, make sure they're not way up in the air, so bring them down. Point and flex that foot up there. Bend and straighten it a little. That always helps us to straighten that up. It's harder when that other leg is right straight along the floor than it is with your bent knee. And then take the sole of that foot right above the left knee, placing it there gently. Take your right hand palm down to a T and draw the knees to the left. And just soften your gaze at the ceiling. Let the eyes soften and take a breath. Inhale to center and bring that leg down. Let it be long and bring the left knee in towards the chest to any degree that you are able. And then extend that left leg up and point and flex your foot a little bit. And then bend the knee and straighten it a couple times. And then push that sole of the foot up. Stretching that hamstring. Bring the sole, right above the right knee. Place it gently. Left palm comes down beside you. Right hand guides the knees to the right. Gaze stays at the ceiling, soft and gentle. And then coming back to center, let's just extend the arms and legs once more. Stretching. And then bring your arms down by your side and bring your feet up to the floor. And bring your hands up so they're behind your thighs and just gently rock in and out. So just gently rocking the legs. just on the lower back, nothing, not, really bringing them way up or anything, just a gentle rocking. And if you can come up a little further on the back. Just gently rocking that a little. Maybe going a little further, depending on your shoulders and neck and all that. And then we'll just rock up to seated. Perfect. And then let's bring our legs long in front of us. Tap out your legs. Bring your fingertips beside you. Lift the chest. Let the shoulders settle down. Point and flex your feet a few times. Bring them up. Drop the toes together. And then wiper them in and out. And then coming back to center. Bring your hands forward and move forward to whatever degree you're able while keeping your back straight and not slouching, just kind of keeping that nice erect back. And then bring the hands up and bring one of your knees up like this if you're able, if it's within your realm. And take the opposite arm and wrap it as you relax this other hand behind you. Kind of an elegance in this pose, so let that back arm relax a bit and take a breath. Don't take your head too much further than your chest. Keep it here. Notice when you breathe as the abdomen moves against the thigh. Awareness. Extend that leg down. Bring the other one up. Keep that right foot up centered. Wrap that other arm around and extend this one back as you just come into that nice twist. So we try not to lean back or move forward, so just trying to keep that nice extension in the spine. Come back to the center. Now we're going to try boat pose. So we're going to come right here and we're going to lift it, bring the hands to the front of the knees and lift them, and then see if you can extend your feet up as you lift the chest in boat. Navasana, and then coming down. So just planting the seed there on that boat pose. So let's come up to standing. Let's come up on the toes, inhaling and reaching overhead, bringing the palms together and strengthening the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips, all the way up. Exhaling down. Inhale, backs of the hands come together, toes come up. Spread the toes, lift and spread the toes. Exhale down. Again, come up on the toes, hands overhead. Exhaling down. Inhale, backs of the hands together, toes come up. Exhaling down. Good. And just tapping the legs out a bit. So we'll try this, a little bit of a, our little thing. We've done this before, but I just wanted to be cautious with the balance. So bringing one foot over the other, and then back. And then one foot over the other, and then back. And one foot over, and back. And one foot over, and back. And as you bring the foot over, bring the hands together, bend the knees, back. Other foot comes over, bend, back up. Other foot comes over, arms cross, up. Again, over and up. Nice work. So just working on our balance and all that. Let's do our warrior poses. So let's step wide. Turn one foot out all the way and the back one in. Draw muscularly right from your feet into the pelvis. Draw the muscle right to the bone and extend your arms. Bend your forward knee and gaze out over there. Keep the back leg strong and active. Don't let it wants to kind of let go after a bit. Make sure your back arm is up at shoulder level. A lot of people will be down with that. Sometimes there's a tilting, so you don't want that. You want to be here with your torso. Front arm comes down, extend over. Beautiful. Extended side angle. And now just for the heck of it, just bring your arm up straight towards the ceiling and stretch that. And then bring that down to the hip. And then come back up and back to center. Now let's turn the other foot out all the way and the back one in. Torso is still facing this way. Extend your arms. Remember you have extension upwards and expansion. So remember to keep that expansion. Bend the forward knee. Gaze out over that hand. In Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Yep. Nice strong pose. Bring the front arm down and reach over. Keep your head with your arm. Don't let the head sink down. Don't let the arm fold so it's here. Even if you have to bring your arm here, that's better than having it kind of folded. So keep that straight wherever you can go. And then just bring it up straight. Reach up towards there. And then hand to hip and back to the center. Great job, guys. All right. Let's inhale and round the shoulders and exhale back. Let's inhale. And let's exhale back. And let's inhale. And let's exhale back. Inhale the shoulders to the ears. And exhale, ha. Ha. Inhale up. Exhale, ha. Ha. Inhale up. Exhale, ha. Ha. Beautiful. Now let's just step to the front of the mat for a moment. And let's just get a nice gaze point in front of us and turn one foot inward. And if you can, bring it up to your calf or your thigh, wherever you like, and bring your hands to prayer in front of you. And when you're there, raise the hands. Lifting up through the sides of the ribs. In tree pose, Bakasana. Keeping your gaze point, bring your hands down. And release yourself. And then turn the foot the other way and draw that to the calf and bring the hands to the center in prayer mudra. And when you're ready, take them up straight. And just lengthening up through the sides of the waist. Pressing the foot into the calf as the calf pushes into the foot. That equal and opposite force. And then bringing the hands down and releasing that. Just working on the balance a little bit. So let's do a little kind of a little twisting thing here to a degree. Let's bring the left foot over the right. And then bring the hands above you and take a hold of the right hand with the right wrist with the left hand. And then move to the right. And then coming back up, release. And then take the right foot over the left and take a hold of the left wrist with the right hand and move to the left. Good, just moving that body in many different ways, keeping us flexible and graceful as we age. Come up to center, hands down, uncross your feet, always being careful of your balance. So let's do chair pose before we come down. So let's do this little strengthening pose. Let's bring the arms up by the ears, extending them up as close as possible. Shoulder issues, go wider. You can even bring them down here. If it's, wherever you're at is where you're at on this path. It's good all around. Bend the knees, come into that nice sitting pose. Yep. Taking a breath. Building stamina, building endurance in the body, teaching us to bend well at the knees, the hips. Come up. Bring the hands down. Again, inhale up on your toes, hands come together. Exhaling down. Inhale, toes up, backs of the hands together. Exhale down. Bring one arm across, catch your wrist with your fingers, and just stretch that. And then release. Bring the other hand, catch it, stretch. Release. Bring both hands up above you. And then let the fingers of one come towards the middle of the back as you bring your hand to the opposite elbow. And just stretching and opening that. And then stretch that up. Bring the other fingertips down, the opposite hand to the elbow, and just opening that up. Beautiful. And then just bringing them down and shaking the arms out. So let's come down now, and we'll have a little meditation and then our Shavasana. So if you need a little drink of water, do that. It's always good to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
So coming to the simple seated position, and if you can't sit in simple seated, you just sit wherever you can. If you're in a chair, that's cool too. Let's bring our hands up and bring the middle finger and the thumb together, pressing lightly against the pads. Just as we do this mudra, we call upon our, more patience, the ability to rise to our responsibilities, to do our duty. Shunai mudra. Let's bring our attention to the solar plexus, to that yellow color right at the top of the abdomen, this place of our willpower, of our self-identity. And let's do the Sitsan Ram, inhaling now. Now release your fingers and bring yourself down to a laying down position. If you like, a pillow under your head, and coming to this restful place in Shavasana. It's just another word, a Sanskrit word for corpse pose. We just notice the breath again. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling blessings. Exhaling gratitude. Softening the back of your body. And just being aware of all the places that your body touches the mat. Feeling the support of the earth. We are creatures of the earth, but also of the sky. Soften the front of your body. Relaxing the feet and the tops of the feet, the tops of the legs and the knees. Relaxing the belly and the chest. Resting the arms. Relaxing the neck and shoulders. Softening all of the facial muscles. And resting your mind. And as you rest, I always like to read a little something. And today my quote is, surrender, giving up what we think should be happening for what is actually happening. And now let us gently roll to the side and just rest there for a moment. Now very gently bring yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your pinky and thumb together and raise the hands up above the crown of the head, opening the middle fingers and bringing the lotus blossom, that symbol of enlightenment, above the head and allowing it to fill with blessings. And then draw the hands together and into heart center and bow the head. May the long-time sun shine upon you. May all love surround you and the pure light within you guide your way home. Namaste, my friends. Thank you so very, very much.